Yep, that's how it's done. Absolutely crazy, right? But they just don't have proper trash collection. I gotta change my sock again. The fridge and the microwave has to go in the bedroom because there's not much room in the kitchen. The old people here are a little bit rowdy. Good evening, everybody. Today we are in Bucheon, which is a suburb of Seoul in South Korea. Now I've been in Seoul for maybe 5 months of my life, so we're gonna walk through Bucheon at night time. It's 1:30 in the morning. So you're gonna see what Bucheon is like at 1:30 in the morning. We'll talk a bit about the culture. I'm gonna break the video up with some daytime shots so you can see how different it looks. We'll check out a couple of places on the way back, and then we'll end with a small apartment tour. So what you might expect when you stay in Bucheon. Okay, let's get going. So I'm in kind of like the downtown area now, and I'll show you why I come here. Let me show you. She's collecting cans. Look, some money to be made. So yeah, there's interesting culture. Old people and young people. We'll talk about it later. But let me explain why I'm here. Check it out. So when you're in South Korea and you want to go to certain places, maybe even your apartment, you'll be walking through a building just like this. You'll be like, where the hell am I going? Why is everything empty? It's completely normal, don't worry. And chances are when you get in your apartment, it's probably in the basement and it might be a little damp. But that is just the way. Unless you get a hotel, then it's a different experience. So what I'm going to show you now is a 24-hour video game arcade. We're going to start there. So what people will do is get the last train at maybe 10:30 p.m., 11 p.m. The metro pretty much stops at 11:30, so pretty early. It's not 24-hour metro. And they will stay here till 6 a.m. until the very first train in the morning the next day. So even though it's 1:30 in the morning, we've got the all-night grinders at the arcade. So we're going to check that out now. I'll show you a typical Korean arcade, and then we'll begin our journey back to the apartment and have a little look at the area. All right, here we go. 24-hour arcade. Check it out. Pretty crazy, right? So you may ask, how much are the machines? Well, in US cents, it's around 50 cents to $1 per credit. So it's not too bad. These guys will be here all night, 6 a.m. honestly. They're here every night. I don't know how. But they got DDR machines, little DJ simulators. A lot of Korean games. This is a Korean game here. This is an old school Korean game here. They have desks where you can work. You can plug your laptop in. They got USBs. They got vending machines. They got live streaming, so you can log into your Facebook, Instagram, OBS, YouTube, stream your stuff. They got change machines, recycling, an ATM, so you never need to leave. Absolutely crazy, right? Oh wow. More DJ simulators, but Japanese this time. Even more stuff. They got fans, ceiling fans. You never need to leave this place. They got drinks machine. You can make ramen on the hot side and you can get cold water on the cold side. Guitar and drum simulators. Tekken, you probably know what Tekken is. Popper music, and even some lockers and vending machines. So one monster is 2,000, which is $1.50. This is around $1. Pretty crazy, right? And like I say, people will stay here all night, all day even. It's even louder in the day. But at night time, you don't need to queue for your credits. You can chill out, hang out with friends. And it's a Tuesday night tonight. So yeah, pretty cool. And I'm from a tiny village in the middle of England. So it's pretty big cultural difference. But a lot of these places will have toilets nearby. And speaking of toilets, they're usually free. They're all free, in fact. They usually have toilet paper. It's no problem. You know, it's not like when you go to London and you have to pay £1 to poo, which is a complete nightmare. But yeah, traveling in Apartments, elevators, stairs is pretty normal. Some people might not like that, especially from the Americas, but in Seoul in general, there are so many stairs. Hiking, all stairs. And even if you use the local map app, which is Naver, you can actually plot a route to avoid the most stairs as possible. That's how many stairs there are. So, yeah, pretty crazy, right? Alright, let's head back out. Head back out into the jungle. Alright. So there's a crazy drinking culture here. Absolutely crazy. I'd probably say it's more crazier than London. I'd probably say it's similar to Las Vegas, but I was gonna say less obnoxious, but then I heard the woo yeah thing, so yeah, maybe even Stevens. But people will drink here till they collapse, like completely. So when I went out to like Korean barbecue with friends, they would have like a soju, which is like a rice wine, maybe 19% alcohol, something like that. And we'll be eating the Korean barbecue 2-3 hours, like pretty much just grazing at it. Kind of like if you saw my video in China where we have the Chinese hot pot. 2 or 3 hours, it's a whole ordeal. And you can get through a couple bottles of soju in that time. It's absolutely crazy. So when you finish the dinner, you go to somewhere else, have more drinks, go to somewhere else, have more drinks, and people are absolutely trashed. Like you see people passed out on the floor, puking, dribbling. Like right now, this is, like I say, 1:30 in the morning, you'll see all this trash, cigarettes absolutely everywhere, but magically in the morning, it is all clean. People clean it all up. It's like, it's a mystery, but it does happen in China too. I noticed that a lot. Because when I went to China, I was very surprised by how clean it was. But when nighttime comes, it's crazy. It's another world. I'm seeing a lot of similarities. But in Korea, what you'll notice is everything is generally clean, everything is generally safe, but they just don't have proper trash collection. I don't know what it is, but this is absolutely everywhere. There's no bin to be found on any street, but you'll just see a huge pile, and you'll just put your stuff in there. And then it exponentially increases. So that is the trash system. Other than that, there's not really many negatives to talk about, you know. Oh, I think we can cross now. Okay. So I'm just making our way to my apartment now. So we're going through the center of the town. Let me just get through here. So in Bucheon in general, there's a lot of live streamers. People will be live streaming to various social media platforms. And people even do it as like a full-time job, for example. But I spoke to a few people about that, and the revenue is so much lower. Someone had like 80,000 subscribers, and they were getting like the equivalent of $300 a month, which I thought was extremely low. Even like, it doesn't matter what category, even gaming category is pretty low. So I'm guessing it's just super common here, but I have seen so many people walking around like live streaming, but they're pretty much just filming their face and getting donations. It seems a little different from what I'm used to. Alright, so this is like another little main square here. The bars, I don't know what time they close, but they pump music out till whatever time, and they go like 6-8 floors deep. Let me spin the camera so you can see. Yeah, like you can pretty much drink pretty much anywhere. You can eat pretty much anywhere. But if you want something like Korean hot pot or something like that, generally maybe 10 p.m., 11 p.m. that might shut down. But then it gets like bar stuff, you know, like you can get little soups and burgers. It depends where you go, to be honest, but more snacky stuff. Like this place is still open. Look, people are still eating soup at 1:30 in the morning. It's quite busy. But you know what the craziest thing is, right? We're in the center, a lot of people drinking and smoking. It's pretty crazy. And this shop right here leaves all their produce out with the door open every single night. Oh, she's in there right now, but sometimes it will say closed. No one's there. All the produce is outside. Anyone can take it, but I guess they don't. It's a mystery. Coming from the UK, it's a mystery. So another arcade here. This is more like a crane game arcade. Like you can get like plush prizes and stuff. They're pretty much 24 hours, but they're autonomous, meaning that nobody works there, or at least someone will come in and empty the machines maybe once a day, but that's about it. Yeah, look, see all the trash there. There's just like huge piles in random places. But I guess if someone comes to my country, they'll be like, where's all the British people? This is London. Yeah, I get it. So anyone can find negatives, but when the negatives are small, it's no big deal, right? Especially you're a tourist, so it doesn't matter. You just got to hang in there for 3 months. Yeah, this is kind of like the main square of behind Bucheon station. So this is where you'd get the metro. Look at Bucheon station. It takes maybe 20-25 minutes to get to the center, roughly. Maybe more like 25. Look how clean it is for a center. Look how quiet it is for a center. There are some soju drinkers here, right? And when you think of midnight soju drinkers drinking a little rice wine on the floor, you think of a few teenagers, right? Well, no, not here. You have to flip the script. It'll be like 60-year-old men, 65-year-old women. They'll be on the floor drinking soju, having parties almost every single day. so the old people here are a little bit rowdy. And I have some interesting experiences. Buying some vegetables today. I was trying to buy some vegetables. An old lady was pushing her way in. She was having none of it. She pushed me out the queue and shouted something in Korean. But through my few months here, I have noticed a pattern that the older people are a little bit, I don't know, abrasive. Oh yeah, he's passed out. Look, he's been drinking soju all day. He's at his soju party. Okay, so I'm just the other side of this station, so we're gonna see if we can get through. But there is an underground passageway. Oh, we've got the soju drinkers behind me. I don't know if you can see. Through there. They've all got a cup each. Alright, so here's the store here. This is a GS25. It's almost like a 7-Eleven. There it is. They pretty much have anything, right? You can get ramen for around $1, something like that. They even have hot water, everything you want. And yeah, it's not like rip-off prices. It's very good price because I know when you're in the West, right? If you go to 7-Eleven in America, it's super expensive. You try and avoid it. You go to a supermarket to get a better deal. But here it's not too bad. Okay, I'm going to show you a dark alleyway so you can see how safe or unsafe it might be. But I don't think it's too bad. Certainly if this was a dark alleyway in Atlanta, Detroit, Los Angeles, and some areas of San Francisco, I probably would be running right now. I don't think I'd dare walk. But you'll see like lone people walking. There's a girl, look, just walking by herself, chilling out. I couldn't believe it. One day I missed the last train to Bucheon, so I had to walk, I think, 25 minutes extra. I saw so many lone people walking, like female, like solo female walkers at like 2 a.m. and it was like dark alleyways, and it was just completely normal. You just don't really see that, you know. It's a sort of a testament to how safe it is, you know. So right now we're gonna go like down an underground alley, see how safe it is. We're gonna go through an old market, and then we're gonna wind into my neighborhood where you can see some interesting things. All right. So So we're just walking alongside the metro lines right now. That's why there's a huge wall right here, so you don't accidentally climb over and electrocute yourself. But yes, yeah, a bit different. I think Korea would be in my probably top 3 countries. You know, it's super chill. It's very safe. It's a little expensive in areas. Like if you want to buy a loaf of bread or a bag of cereal, you might need a mortgage. It's a bit lonely. If you want to get friends, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. You know, you can't get quick friends like that. But otherwise, it's not too bad. I say a top 3. Alright, here we go. So there's our little underpass. Let's go down here. And you can see how safe it might be. So this goes under the train tracks. Let's see. There we go. Oh, it's empty. Whoa. Alright. So we're just going to come into a market now. This market area, I think I made a video a couple of years ago, but I'll make another one so you can see it in the daytime. They sell fruit, vegetables and everything like that. So if you get to a supermarket here and you want to buy like groceries, say you're staying in an apartment, you want to buy some meat, some fish, don't go to the supermarkets. It's kind of like 90s style where the markets are still cheaper than the supermarkets, which is how it used to be in Europe in the 90s. Fast forward 30 years, all the supermarkets are growing their produce in Morocco, for example, and they're getting such huge bulk deals that they're able to make it cheaper than the farmers can provide. So therefore the farmers say, okay, I can't compete with the supermarket, let's make everything organic and cool and raise the price. So that's how it went. But here the markets are still a lot cheaper than the supermarkets. So if you want to cook meals, get vegetables, meat, fish, come to the market. So much cheaper. Alright. So we're just in the market right now. Everything's closed, but they have like little restaurants, little cafes. They'll be selling meat here. I think this is a pork one. Oh, look at these. But yeah, everything's just covered up right now. So in maybe 5 hours, this will all be bustling. This is the fish salad. They sell octopus here. They sell a little tray of octopuses over here, or octopi, fish, crabs, everything. And there'll be a guy here preparing it on a little chopping board. But yeah, this is the market. Market at 1:30 in the morning. But somewhere like this at night time in the west, it'll be a struggle to walk here at 1:30 in the morning without, you know, worrying for your life. You don't know who's hiding, waiting to steal your stuff. No way. Not solo anyway. You won't catch me doing that. I had one of these chickens yesterday. They mixed the rice with like peanut and stuffed the chicken with the rice. It's actually super tasty. And only 11,000, which is around $8. And in here there'll be cheap shops as well, like a little discount stores. It'll have like close to sell-by date items where you can get more like canned things and staples a lot cheaper than supermarkets like E-Mart and things like that. So we're almost at this market now. So we're gonna go over to the suburb where my apartment is. It's just across the road. And there you can find some more interesting things, more local drinking establishments. But the one thing they do have is karaoke. Karaoke. So if you see a karaoke place and it has a red heart on there, then there's some extra services other than karaoke that you can experience there. That's all I'm gonna say. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them everywhere, in fact. Okay, yeah, here we are. So we're just coming out of this market now. I think over here there's a woman that usually sells seeds and things. But yeah, down here, actually I can see the first karaoke place already, just across the street. Yeah, look how quiet it is. And you have to think this is a capital city, right? Seoul. Most of the population in Korea live in and around Seoul and the Seoul metro area. And it's quite amazing how quiet and peaceful it is for a capital city. So you have to remember that. Now look at this. Oh yeah, something that always got me in Korea is I always try and press the button to cross the street. But this is actually for blind people. I translated it one day because I got bored. But these automatically go to green. So every time I came here, I'd push the button. Let's do it now, in fact. I don't know what she's saying, but someone told me it was for blind people or deaf people. No, I think deaf people. That's right. But no, you don't need to push that. I don't know what happens if you do. I just did, and everything looks fine. But yeah, it's one of those Harold and Kumar moments where there's no cars, but no one ever crosses on the red. You know, it's like Germany. If you've been to Germany, not many people cross on the red. So you just kind of just wait here forever, and eventually it'll turn. So pretty peaceful, right? And for saying we're 25 minutes from the center, and the apartment is probably 3.5 times cheaper here than in the center. So if you compare here to Hongdae or Sinchon, all those central places, you'll be paying 3 or 4 times higher in those areas. But this is only 25 minutes away, you know. And you get an apartment. It's not just a hotel room, you get the whole apartment, you get a washing machine, all that stuff. Cooker, microwave, fridge, bed. But I don't get it because the motorcycles don't observe the red lights, so yeah, be careful with that. It was an interesting observation because I got almost ran over one day. Alright, so okay, I think I found our first karaoke place. Well, let me move over in case someone runs us over. Okay, so if you like karaoke and you like all the extra things, then here's an example. Look, karaoke, a little heart. Apparently that little heart means a lot. Still open. I don't have any first-hand experience of that. Interesting. Maybe he's looking for karaoke. Alright. So just a few streets from the apartment now. Here's another GS25. They're so common. There's one here. There's one 3 streets down there and one 3 streets and 1 block that way. It's pretty much like 7-Eleven or Family Mart or any convenience store. They got a microwave, hot water dispenser. You can make a pot noodle. Not bad, is it? Yeah, and they have a lot of deals as well, like buy one get one free. Well, it's 1 + 1 here. So instead of buy one get one free or bug off, it'll be 1 + 1. It could be 2 + 1. But yeah, they have a lot of deals. If you like your deals, then you have to reverse your way of thinking. You know, convenience store isn't too bad. Oh, got another spinning girl sign over there. Oh yeah. So these are usually doing like barbecue things. Look, there's a little arm wrestling table just chilling in the street. If anyone likes a bit of arm wrestling. Got some cameras up there, look, keep things safe. There's another supermarket here as well. Yeah, the best part about this area is you can go hiking into those mountains just 5 minutes away. It's beautiful, isn't it? But yeah, look how peaceful it is. So my apartment is just 3 streets up here and 1 to the right. But yeah, look how nice it looks. Little green lights going down the middle. And eventually, if you get to the end of the street, you can go hiking in the forest. So you go hiking up the mountain. There's like 3 or 4 mountains around here, and it's just a network of mountains in Bucheon. You can just travel through the forest almost exclusively. And when you do that, it's a bit weird because the only people you see are old people, like people that have retired. So what I've observed personally is it seems that when people are in employment, they're worked almost completely to death, right? You're on the subway here and people are either on their phone or fast asleep, right? And it seems they're worked to death, right? But when the working finishes, maybe you're 60, 65 years old, you just start hiking. So every time I go hiking, just old people. Even if the hike is super brutal, just old people, and they always find a way to the top, and they always seem a lot stronger than old people in the West, that's for sure. Never doubt an Asian old person. They're pretty strong, pretty tough, a little bit mean as well. All right, so we have 1 more street and then we're going to be at our apartment. But you see what I mean, look, I don't think I've seen 1 trash can the whole way here. We've been walking for 23 minutes now. Not 1 trash can. This is another convenience store. See you. Nice to see you, even. Yeah. The restaurant's preparing the vegetables for the food for the day. There's like a local bakery here. I think it's this one. I think this one. Oh no, it's got a cow above it. Well, it's near there. I went to buy a loaf of bread there, and she said it was 12,000, which is around $8. And I said, no. Usually if they put it in a bag, I don't want to be, if it's a little expensive, I don't want to be rude and say no because they've already bagged it up. But when she said it was $8 for a loaf of bread, I was like, no, sorry, I can't do it. So I had to switch my diet. So no bread, no cereal. Take some fiber pills and yeah, go balls deep with the local diet. Cucumbers, cabbages, bok choy, a lot of pork, especially if you go Korean barbecue, a lot of pork. Okay, so our apartment is down here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk to the door, and then I'm going to show you the apartment in the daytime, and then we're going to end our little tour here. But listen how quiet it is. There is someone puking behind me. I told you they drink a lot. Okay, we're at the apartment and it's daytime, so you can see a bit better. And here it is. This is a typical Korean Airbnb apartment. And here's where you dry your clothes, look. It's a little bit of an obstacle course, but there's the clothing line. And yeah, so your shoes usually go off here. That's a crime right there. I moved them out of the way so I could get in. Here's the kitchen, look, little kitchen. Has a washing machine, a little kettle. There's not too much spaces, so every time you use something, you have to kind of put it away. We have a rice cooker in there, or at least in one of these. I don't remember. But yeah, kettle on the floor, sadly. Little gas burner there. Some dishes. What we got in here? Plates, cups, water heater. Washing machine. We'll have a look in the bathroom in a second. And here's the room. Dehumidifier is quite a commonplace here because a lot of apartments are slightly underground. You can actually see here, damp is a real problem in apartments here. You see all of that there? Even the roof. It's a real big problem. So you should see a dehumidifier. Little window, but yeah, look at the view. This is Concrete wall. I'm not sure why there's prison bars. I think the area is quite nice, but there is a mosquito net, and for very good reason, because there's so many bugs. So many bugs, even in the city. Sadly, a lot of the accommodation feels very claustrophobic. There's a little AC unit here, a little desk, a little chair, and a little fridge and a microwave. The fridge and the microwave has to go in the bedroom because there's not much room in the kitchen. There's our fridge. And coming in, let's have a little look at the bathroom. The bathroom's interesting. So here's the bathroom. Some people may be used to it. Some people may need a slight adjustment, which is this. Well, kind of this too. The extractor doesn't work, and they kind of... Anyway, whatever. Yeah, so the shower is controlled by this. So if you soap your hands, you can't turn it. But sometimes you accidentally turn it, and you get a surprise. But if you do avoid that surprise, then there's one more surprise, which is this surprise. And I've seen this in 3 apartments now. You go to brush your teeth, everything's pretty normal, and you just forget. You just forget because the water comes out of a pipe here, but it's not plumbed in underground. It just freely flows because you're having a shower anyway in here. So this always happens. It's happened like 10 times. And when you have a shower, you have to remember to hide the toilet paper, close this, and put this down so the seat don't get wet, and that's like your shower checklist. But the first 2 weeks, you're just gonna forget. But yeah, I gotta change my sock again. I only made this video because I wet it earlier, so. But yeah, that is an apartment in Bucheon in Seoul. Very typical one, but I think students actually live in a lot smaller places than this one. So this is a pretty good one. Alright, see you. Another video coming soon. Take care. I forgot to put the trash out. Yep, that's how it's done. I still don't get it.